King Hefner and the beautiful Cali Sun, and we're back again for another show. And the title of this episode is Dream World. Dream World. And what do I mean by that? We'll get to that right about now. Hey, what up, guys? It's your boy, King Hefner, and the beautiful Cali Sun in the house, man. In the house. Great to see all of you guys this morning. Wherever you are, we sending out blessings over you, your family, your life, praying for you to have abundance, health, good fortune, and all those things this morning. Glad to see you. Guys, this is our Saturday stream where we just like to have fun, talk about things that we like to do or things that we've been thinking about. And as you can see, the title of today's show is Dream World. And without further ado, let me put that banner up. Dream World. And it's something that came to me the other day when I was laying down listening to some music, which I like to do sometimes. And my mind started going to a familiar place about the concept of a dream world. And I definitely want to get deeper and deeper into that in just a second. And I normally do my venture report and things of that nature, and I do it all together. But today, guys, I think I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to talk about this subject. I think we're going to take an intermission as far as leave this stream. And later on, a little bit later, I'll come back with a special show for the Venti report because it's just too much to unpack as far as the Venti report is concerned. So we're going to probably split things up. That's the plan for the day, at least. So without further ado, let me say good morning to the few people I saw in the chat already. Got to definitely say good morning to them before we start getting into this whole concept of a dream world, man, because this is going to get a little deeper. It's going to get a little deep here. Lieutenant Johnny K, Dog King Army team member in the house. What up, my friend? Hey, new recruit, man. Glad to see you, Johnny. Lieutenant, Power Brain in the house. Good afternoon, Jay. Hope you and the girls are well. Oh, that reminds me, let me give a shout out to all my team members. And I'm doing good, Power Brain. Let me give a shout out to all my team members, starting with Lieutenant Johnny K, Carol Rush, Sheila Bell, Kevin Gray, my guy Blue CCG, who I see in here right now, my guy Heavy Metal Maltese, my guy DAS, and Tom Tuttle. I don't see a lot of Tom Tuttle these days, but guess what? He a team member, and I appreciate him. And Blue CG comes in and said, good morning, Jay. What up, my friend? He made it in here. Johnny K says, hail the Dog King Army. Yes, sir. The army within the army, Johnny. The army within the army. And I'm going to work hard, man. At some point next week, I'm going to release the Jedi Knight level of team membership. It's going to be the next level, Jedi Knight level. And speaking of that, I'm not going to get off subject, but, man, I actually been catching up once again on so many series that I'm behind on, but I'm probably midway through the book of Boba Fett. And like I say, I never did read any of the books concerning his history, so I don't know if it's something in there that may be wrong or not. But I say right now, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. So that's something you may want to check out. I do know the actor that plays Boba Fett, he had a good complaint. He was like, man, they got me talking too much. He said Boba Fett ain't supposed to talk that much. And now that I see the movie, now that I've been seeing the series, I'm like, well, for what they have him doing, which I'm not going to spoil that, what they have him doing, he's not really talking too much. But I say this, I see his face too much. I say that. And I'm going to leave it at that because all real Star Wars fans, once you see it, you'll know what I mean. Power Brain says, what up? Matt G says, you ever watch those ASMR female YouTubers? You should. Nah, I can't get into that. Maggie. That's not my thing with those just sound makings or sleepings. Or I'm not saying they may not be fine, but that's not what I'm with. I'm not with the ASMR stuff. I know what I am with though, man. Before I get into anything deeper, man, I am a very I love feet. I love, like I told you, the two things that I sort of miss on my companion dogs, if you know, which I'm not having sex with them anyway. But let's just say I was making love to my girls, and I'm not dating a human woman right now. The one thing I do miss is, like I told you, a great vaginal scent, hence the competition, the vaginal scent competition. And shout out to Mandy Summers for becoming the second winner. And I promise you, I've seen some things. I'm gonna probably save all this stuff for the Venture report, but I've seen some things over the last 2 days that basically verified that I chose the right person in Mandy Summers. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen Aaron heard a couple of things. But I'm into feet as well. Beautiful feet, and not only beautiful, man. I used to love smelling a woman's foot. Oh my God. It's sort of like a vagina. It gives off that slight little scent that just can drive you crazy from a clean foot. My God. And if a clean foot gets a little worked up, it's sort of like a vagina. If it gets a little worked up, it's not going to stink. It's going to give off a good little smell. And I ran across this girl today. I mean, it's crazy. I ran across her not long before I came on this show. I was just scrolling through Instagram for a quick second, and I had to follow her because I was like, "Ooh, it's a girl. She does cosplay and she shows her feet a lot." I can't think of her name right now, but man, that's what I'm into. Hey, so if it's a girl doing foot stuff on YouTube, now I might be into that. I'm gonna be honest. Lieutenant Johnny K says, "I remember that smell test. I think you made Mandy's day." Man, I can't lie. That's why I don't want to go too deep into it unless y'all ask me questions. But it seemed like since Mandy won, she just been posting pictures and celebrating, and she proud. That's what I'm happy about. I'm happy to have a girl that's proud to win. She been liking the little posts I make, congratulating her, and you know, I don't want to go too deep into that because I want to get to the subject. But man, I tell you this. Every time I watch Anna talk about the contest or just be involved or anything, I know that I made a good first choice. She's a great representative for being the first champion. She just holds herself like a champion. It be making me laugh. Because I peeked in and saw some things the other night that I'm gonna talk about more on the Venture report. But as it relates back to Mandy, I didn't even see a lot of her body and things of that nature before the test, before the ascent competition. But boy, she showed me some stuff over the last couple of days. I said, "Ooh, I think I did make the. I don't think I know I made the right decision." Johnny K said, "Man, it takes pride in being the champ." I can't lie. She certainly does, guys. Look, I know this is very rare, but it's crazy. I got to take an early 2-second break, and I'm coming right back. And I'm gonna probably go ahead and get to the meat of this discussion. Why it's still fresh on my mind. Give me 2 seconds. Hey guys, I'm back. Now supposedly Mandy, I think she did a stream last night on Boggles. I didn't get a chance to see any of it, man, because I fell asleep on the damn NBA game last night. Then I woke up I was sick. I ended up getting sick. I don't know what happened, but I was sick last night. I say that. So, and I was sort of beat up right before the show, honestly, man. But guess what? You know what? Cali ain't finna let me miss no show. So we got up and powered through it. But I do know that Mandy is a proud champion, and I'm super happy about that. And I got a lot more to just talk about as far as that whole competition and everything. But just to stay on course for the day, unless you guys have other questions, of course, I address that. But just to stay on course of the day, today's show is all about, it's entitled Dream World. And the reason why is, man, I often listen to music and stuff sometimes when I want to wind down. And a lot of times I like to listen to something called chill step. Now, dubstep, it's this electronic type music, and I love to dance off of dubstep. But chill step is like a form of dubstep, but I promise you, man, it's like the title. The title is Dream World. Chill step almost sends me into a dream state of mind. So I like to listen to it. It's like a calm down version of dubstep. And so, man, I was listening to it the other day, and a very familiar thought started coming to me so powerfully. And I was listening to the music right before I started the stream just to get myself back in the frame of mind. And I put a link to that chill step in the description of the video if you ever want to go check it out and just listen to it for yourself. And different music is going to hit different people different ways. So it may not be the trigger for you to go into this dream state of mind. But it's so good to get quiet within yourself sometimes, away from everybody, all this other crap, not listening to the music with anybody, or just get to yourself and listen to some music that really sort of wakes your soul up. So I was listening to this music, and man, it's a familiar thought that started hitting me. I just started thinking about the world that we live in. And about how temporary it really is. You know, I've said, y'all have heard me say this before, a lot of you guys, but I say this. I always laugh when I hear somebody say that somebody is old at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 or 100. Because nobody's old. That's the funniest part about it. Nobody on earth ever gets old. I always compare it to money. Everybody knows $20 isn't that much. Everybody knows $50 isn't that much. And if I gave you $100, you would be happy, but you know damn well you're nowhere near rich. You're nowhere near rich. You got $100. Be careful where you spend it. You might get a shirt if you're a man and have a little change left over. But it's funny. Whenever we compare those same numbers to age, we all of a sudden inflate their value as if 100 years is a long time. It's not that long of a time. It's a blink of a damn eye. It's a blink of an eye. Just like $100 isn't that much, 100 years isn't that much. And rarely do any of us humans get to 100 years old. Let's just say at best bet you get to 70 if you're a man, and you get to 90 something if you're a woman, at best. It's people on this earth that's actually fooling to thinking that you've lived a long time. And the truth is, you haven't been here that long. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. Let's say you make it to 70 years old. You've only been here, I've broken this down before, 70 winters, springs, summers, and fall. Only 70. You've only been here 70 of them. That's not that long. Now, you may look at your body and see that your body has started to break down, but you haven't been here that long. I would challenge everybody that's actually looking at this stream right now. Just think back to when you were in elementary. Just think back. It wasn't that long ago. I don't care what age you are. If you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60 watching this stream, whatever age you may be, just think about it for a second. It wasn't that long ago that you were playing in your elementary class. Well, no, it was 40 years ago. 40 summers ago. Think about it. 40 summers. Not 1,000 summers ago. Not even a couple of hundred summers ago. But $40 worth of summers. If you're 70 or 80, well, now, you have $80 worth of summers. You ain't been here that long. I was just like, man, I always trip off of that because when we go to sleep at night, we think of the dream world and all the different possibilities of that world. And, the dream world is really equated with the spirit world to a certain degree. And you think about all that as fantasy. But unless you're somebody that truly believes that the moment that you close your eyes here, that everything is over, you may not be able to go to where I'm getting ready to go. But if you feel within yourself that it's something else after this life, like I do, because I can feel my spirit in me and I know it's not flesh. So you know that it's not going to end here. So if you feel like I do, then I always think about the fact that wherever we're going next, if it's just a spiritual realm, we're going to be there longer than we are here. We're going to be there for eternity. So if we're going to be somewhere for eternity, in whatever form we exist, then that's the true world. That's the true world. The world that you're going to be in for millions and millions and zillions and billions and trillions and how many ever illions you want to add on. If you're going to be there for that long, but you were only on earth for 40 human years, this is actually the dream world. We're living in the dream world. You think because you can physically touch things here with your fleshly hands that this is the real world. But the truth be told is, this is the dream world. No, maybe you can't do actual magic and things that you associate with dreams. But what you can do here is follow your dreams. You can choose to follow your dreams. You can choose to become who you want to be here. You can choose your path here. What woman do you want to pursue or not pursue? What job do you want to pursue or not pursue? What life do you want to pursue or not pursue? I know in this world, everybody doesn't have the freedoms that we have in the United States, wherever you may be in the world. I know the freedoms aren't the same. So you could say some people are just living in a nightmare, depending on what type of freedoms they have. But no matter what situation you're living in, it's all very temporary. It's all very temporary. And man, when I was listening to that music, it was just doing something to me just thinking about, man, it was just putting in perspective the fact that, and I'm coming back to the comments in 2 seconds, but it was just putting in perspective the fact that, man, it's all about really what we choose to do here in the dream world. It's all about what we choose to do, about how we choose to live for the split second that we're here. That's really all that matters. Because you think about all the celebrities that have passed and things of that nature, and regular people that have passed. You don't think about them on a daily basis. In a way, they're almost forgotten, like they were never here. Think about somebody like Michael Jackson. How many times do you think about him in a day? Then think about your grandfather that passed 10 years ago. You love him, but how many times do you think about him in a day as you're going about your daily life? We're here and then we're gone. The only thing that can really carry on or linger around is how you treat people or what you left behind, in this dream world. Your name doesn't matter as much as how you treated somebody. Because even if they forget your name, or even if they die, your kindness that you passed on to them, they may pass on to somebody else. And even though your name may not still be around, that kindness that you passed on will still be around. Like a flicker in time. And that's what I be tripping off of. I'm like, man, it's crazy. We think that this is reality when instead it's only a flicker in time. It's in fact the dream, because it's going to go by before we know it. Well, no, Jay, this is reality. Well, explain to me how this is reality if we're only going to be here 0 to 70 or 80 years, but we are going to be in another plane for eternity. If we're going to be somewhere else for eternity, looking back on earth, we're going to be looking back at it as the dream. I always think about this story in the Bible about how, and I'm going to come back to the comments for a second because there's so much more I'm going to talk about, but I always think about this story in the Bible about how in the Old Testament, the angels came down and wanted to make love to women because they saw how beautiful they were. And of course, when God, he ended up stopping that from happening. But I always laugh because I think about, man, they wanted to come to escape to earth to come experience something that they couldn't experience in heaven to a certain degree. Almost like, this was the dream world to them, not saying it's better, but in a way, maybe they could live something out here that they can't in another plane. Maybe in a way, this is a world of dreams, the chance for you to spread your wings and do something you can't in a way on another plane. Maybe that's why some spirits are restless and still looking back on the physical world, because it was just a flicker in the night. It just passed by so quickly. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to see what you guys been saying, because look, I got a page of little stuff, notes written down that I can always go back and go over. But that's basically the whole gist of this show, was the fact that, man, this is the actual dream. This is the actual dream. And honestly, that's why it really does. And right before I come back, I say this. That's why it really doesn't pay for us to spend a lot of time unhappy and frustrated and all that type of stuff. Because at the end of the day, Your light bill isn't going to matter. At the end of the day, the job you're working at, nobody's going to give a damn. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of the things that are getting you upset don't mean a damn thing. So you might as well be happy, chase your dreams, and try to live the best you can in these little fleeting moments. Because time is slow when it's happening, and you'll look up and it's 5 years from now. And that's just how it does. And that's why I say, this is the dream world. You ain't got time to be wasting being upset and depressed about temporary things, wasting your little bit of time. You're in the dream world right now. And I said this in a previous stream. That's why you're more scared when you go to sleep and have a nightmare. Why? It's not because that's the fantasy world. It's because that's the real world. Things over there are closer to your spirit. And your spirit is what's going to last in the real world forever. So when you're getting chased by your nightmares and things of that nature, that's why you're more scared, because that's your real form, not this crude flesh that we're looking at. So with all that said, I'm gonna come back to the comments right quick and see what's going on. I've been talking for a second. Matt G says, you ever watch? Oh, I already said something about the ASMR. Man, it takes pride in being a champ. I'm happy about that. Don King Army Hell, Blue CCG says. He says, I just watched the round 2 of the scent competition. Incredible content. Did you see that the Jack Show watched your video and went over your competition? Actually, man, you already know I'm doing sneak attacks all the time. And I was really going to save a lot of what I said for the venture report later on. But I did sneak attack, and I was watching a lot. Believe me, I was dying laughing. I couldn't make my presence felt because you know why? It wasn't right. It wasn't time. It wasn't time. I had to let everything play out, and I'm glad that I did. Because it's something about the scent competition that you guys really sort of don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'd hold it out for the venture report, but I was sick. I just say this. I was really, like I said during the competition, I was rooting for Chrissy. And so after the competition, I got some secret information from a viewer that told me some things about Mandy or whatever. I'm not going to reveal it because she's still in the competition, so I probably have to use that information for another time. But he told me something about Mandy. He was like, man, it was a great competition and stuff. He was like, but I don't know, you might have made a mistake choosing Mandy over Chrissy. You may have made a mistake. And when I looked at the information he gave me, I said, you know what? I see the information you're giving me, but I always tell you guys, don't look back, forget yesterday and move forward. Right when I saw the information, something said into my spirit. It said, you know what? You made the right choice. Don't look back. If you wasn't meant to make this choice, you wouldn't have made the choice. And I instantly was like, man, this information could have been useful. But I said, no, the competition went just like it was supposed to go, even though I felt a little bad for Mayor. But I'll be damned. I ain't gonna even go there yet. I found out everything I needed to find out. I picked the right person, and I have a couple of things that proved me right that I found out. Johnny says, yeah, they had Chrissy on for it. Yeah, I saw Chrissy. Chrissy looks rained on. I was sort of upset because they messed the whole competition up though. Because I really wish they had just did it the right way. Meaning that, guess what? Just they didn't have to look at the whole competition, but they should have just checked on it in chronological order because they were confused. They looked at the Chris and Mary Mandy competition and didn't even know it was the championship round. Because at the end of it, they were like, "Hey, yeah, I think that Nadine went against BX Bullet. Would that matchup never happened?" And I was like, "Y'all don't have to think. You got the video footage. All you got to do is go back and check for 2 seconds." But once again, I was staying incognito. I let them run their show like they wanted to, but they had me laughing and breaking some of it down. They really had me laughing. Cecil was in rare form last night. I'm gonna give him credit. He was in rare form. I mean, on Thursday he was. Johnny says, I'm 34, and yeah, elementary school wasn't that long ago. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Bro, like I say, it wasn't that long ago, Johnny. Think about even how you said that. That's what, see, the way you said that, I'm going to put that up for a second. The way you said that is even what I'm referring to, Johnny. I'm 34. In elementary school wasn't that long ago. But see, just think, and I'm not even bashing you. I'm just saying how we speak. You said I'm 34 as if they're supposed to be old. Dude, you've been alive for 34 summers. 34. Not 104, which that ain't even a big number. Not 1,000. You've been alive for 34 summers. Since you were a baby, you've been on Earth for 34 summers. You ain't been here that long, brother. Outcast Owls in the house. What up, my friend? Good to see y'all. Lord Nemesis says, hey, J-Dog can't help me. What up, Lord Nemesis? Gazillion years. That's what he said. Grimington says, what up, Jay in chat? Lord Nemesis says, hell, Grimington. I'm glad to see Nemesis in the house. Nictophiliac Entertainment. He throwing up the owl sign. Lieutenant says, what up, Grim? Choke out in the house. Hell, men of dogs. What up, Captain? Captain in the house, baby. Good to see you, brother. Blue CCG says, this is a very deep conversation. Hell, Captain. I'm glad Choke out made an appearance. Hell, Choke out. Nice one. Lord Nemesis says, spread your wings. Blue CCG says, what did my guy say? Hold on. He said, it's interesting. We as humans are more intelligent than any other species on our planet. Although some part of me feels like we are still animals, just looking at how other species' life cycles go. That's the thing, man. It's funny. We're not different than the animals to a certain degree from this standpoint. We try to base our importance over them based on our intelligence, like you said. But if you look at animals, they are literally just like us, meaning that this is just my opinion. I believe they have spirits in them just like we do. They're just in different forms, like you say, a cat, a dog, a horse, a giraffe. All of these different animals, as we call them, I believe have souls in them just like we do. And the reason I believe that is, once again, Captain Chokeout has a dog named Vader. He can make his dog happy or he can make his dog sad. His dog can actually express emotions just like a human can. And you know who else can express emotions? Every other living thing on this planet. Every other living thing. So we're not different than them. Honestly, they're just a different life form. But we're not really different than them. And our intelligence, so to speak, as we judge it, doesn't make us different from this standpoint. From this standpoint, they are living with a soul. We are living with a soul. And I know some people might be like, man, animal ain't got a soul. Okay. My whole thing about a soul is this. You express your feelings, your emotions, that comes from your soul. You know, when you're crying or when you're happy, you don't feel that in your skin. You feel that feeling in your soul. So when you're expressing happiness, you feel that deep, way beyond any flesh. Or when somebody gets you upset, you feel that deep, way beyond any flesh. When they hurt your feelings, that's your soul hurting. So, same thing with the animal. If they're expressing emotions just like humans can, who am I now to say that they don't have a soul? That's my whole point about it. It reminds me of the race argument, which I hate. I even hate the term race, but let's just take it for instance. It reminds me of the race argument where people would say, okay, oh, hey, you're a darker color. You can't be human. I see that you got a balls and penis just like me, and hey, you walk upright just like me, and you do everything just like me, but no, you can't be a human. It's sort of the same argument that we try to make against animals. Oh man, you can cry, you can be happy, and hey, you can do all the things that I do as far as emotions, but you can't have a soul. You're just a dog. It's the same argument. If they can have emotions, be happy, sad, just like you can, you think it's the human thing to say, oh, that's just instinct. That's not a soul. That's just, they were born with instinct, not a soul. What? Instinct don't have emotions, bro. What are you talking about? So I know I stopped a long time on that, but I was just saying, we're not different than the dogs and cats and animals. We aren't different. We're just a different life form. Blue CCG says, so are we just hyper intelligent animals, or is there a higher purpose for us? That is the question. My whole thing about it is how I look at it as far as animals are. The biggest difference from us and animals is I just believe that this is just my opinion. I prayed about this type of stuff for years to get the answers that I'm coming up with. Because I pondered about these things for the longest. But my thing about animals are they are literally directly from God, directly from heaven, these animals. Because if you even read in the Bible, you read about certain animal representations that are in heaven. And I was just thinking to myself, you know what, God, he probably has just recreated a certain type of environment that he has in heaven. He's probably made certain animals, so to speak, to dwell in heaven. And when he designed earth, you know, and put life down here, I just really feel like that he put basically representations of some of the animals that may be present in heaven down on earth. And I truly believe that he pretty much made all of them, like you've heard the movie, All Dogs Go to Heaven. I truly believe he sort of made all animals with that spirit of, guess what? You're heavenly beings. You're just heavenly beings. And with us, I just think we're a little bit more specialized to the point where he's given us the choice to choose to believe in him or not. So I believe they are pretty much automatically going to a higher place. But I believe we're just at a different place of awakening as far as, like you said, I believe it's animals, so to speak, flying around in heaven right now that are just heavenly beings. But I believe the angels and things of that nature are a bit higher level intelligence as far as, hey, guess what? They can actually choose to be in heaven or not to be in heaven. Because if you read in the Bible, angels actually have the ability to have a choice as well. They can choose where they want to be. They don't have to be there. So it's a big high level form of thinking, and I do believe that we have a higher purpose. Lord Nemesis says sneak attack. That's right. Tree Goblin says, hello, Jay. Boy, I done went down a deep path. I don't know what you guys gonna say about it. Blue CCG says, yeah, I agree that we are very close to the other animals. And yeah, I believe they do all have souls. Thank you, Blue CCG. Wolfo Gang says, blame Cecil. He doesn't know how to watch a video. You know what? Cecil did good on the first competition. He sort of broke everything down. It had me laughing. But this time, I feel like he messed it up because I can say messed it up because they had me laughing. But they didn't do the Nadine versus which I love Nadine. She's such a sweetheart. I wouldn't want her to be too embarrassed, but that one right there, that one was epic. The Christine versus Nadine matchup. Then he didn't give a BX Bullet her 10 minutes of fame because, man, when I think about BX Bullet, it was a lot about, when I just think back in my mind, it was a lot about her that had me just laughing, just thinking back in my mind, because I can't get out the fact that when I was doing the research on her, she did that video trying to explain her being a scientist. And I love you, BX Bullet. That was the most unbelievable video I have seen. She had flow charts and everything. I was just like, man, why don't she seem believable? But I just feel like they should have just checked in on both of those competitions, where BX Bullet versus Mandy, Chrissy versus Nadine. Then they should have went to the championship. So they messed the whole little sequence up. But Chrissy had me dying laughing, man. Because you gonna almost make me go into it, but I got to make sure ain't nobody saying nothing else. Grimington says Our Dogs Go to Heaven was a great movie. It'll make a grown man tear up. I don't even know if I seen that whole movie. I just like the concept of it. Goblin says some people believe. Tree Goblin says some people believe a soul has a body, not a body has a soul. Okay. I don't know if I ever heard that particular concept, but I don't know exactly what they really mean. Let me see. Some people believe a soul has a body. Yeah, I sort of see where you're going with it, but I don't know exactly how to break that down. But Grimton says Biggs Bullet even showed up in the chat. I saw it. I went over the comments later, Grimton. That's why I was laughing. Lord Nemesis says Earth is a giant ant farm, like experiment with different species. We're less than pests to whoever created us. I don't think so. I don't think we're less than pets. But man, I often just think about the creator in general and things of that nature. And it's really too big for you to think of, but he did give me the mind and the spirit to think. And so I don't ever think it's wrong to ponder on possibilities. But when I think about God, and just try to think about, man, if you were the creator, right? If you were the only life force in existence, there was no universe other than you just existed, and you were making things from scratch. And like I say, you've made this whole big universe. So keep in mind, we're probably one of only a gazillion life forms that he's made anyway. It's only the human arrogance that even thinks that, oh yeah, we were the first people that was made, and oh yeah, he only made us out of the whole universe. That's just that human arrogance. So just take in mind, no telling how many civilizations have been created. But in a way, I sort of understand why he would do it to a certain degree, because like you say, I wouldn't just put us down as say we're pets, but just think, if you're God, hey, you don't have TV, so what you I do in a way think that, not saying he's just using us for TV, but man, if you're a God and you don't have anything else, you're going to create some stuff to keep you busy. And I think that it is intriguing, if you are God, to create life forms that are basically little pieces of you, put some information about you existing in their world, and see who's going to gravitate to what's on the inside of them. See who's going to choose to come towards you. So, I'm not going to tell you that there is no entertainment factor in watching us make choices. But I don't. But in a way, I understand where he would be coming from with it. Of like, man, look. And then you also think of it like this, in the term of love. If you do create something, you do at some point, wanted to love you back, right? And that's the beautiful part for me with the companion dogs. Whereas I put my love into them, I've created the fantasy world. And although she's not animated, she doesn't have AI in her, I imagine the world where she loves me back. Well, in God's case, he was able to actually put real life into us. And so he doesn't have to imagine us loving him back. And he doesn't want a robot. He doesn't want a robot. He doesn't want to force you to make him love him. He wants to just put the information out there and see, okay, man, now that I've created my, these people, who's going to gravitate back to me? Who's going to give me love without me forcing them to have to love me? So it's just the way that I've thought about, how he's going about even creating the universe. Because I know if I was just a God without anything around, you right, I'd be creating some stuff. And you know what? You're gonna have to get some type of entertainment out of it. You're gonna be amazed, if nothing else, to say, man, what are they gonna choose? Even like they say, God is all knowing. You may already know what we're gonna choose, but you still have that element of choice built into us. Because it's a conditional will, and then it's a sovereign will. So you do have a conditional will where you can change certain things about your life. And that's the part that he's waiting to see. What are you going to choose in that way? But I don't think that lessens us. I just think that honestly builds us and gets us prepared, gets our soul prepared for a higher level. I really do. Because on the journey that I've been on, I'm just like, man, I'm appreciative of going through the ups, the downs, the learning curves that this small, short life offers. So I know I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but let's see what's going on. Oh, Blue CCG says, what do I think of the scientific community as a whole? Meaning that they can explain away anything from the religious angle or as biological functions. Oh, you've watched me enough, Blue CCG, to pretty much know my opinion on scientists. They know nothing. Everything that our scientists here on Earth know is not even a hint of true knowledge. Now, keep in mind, I'm a human. So a lot of the science that's in this natural world, I take it for what it's worth. I take it as a portion of a small portion of knowledge. But it's not real knowledge. It's not universal knowledge. It's not the true knowledge of the universe. Like I say, we send cameras out into space and we actually think we understand how things may work. We don't know a damn thing. I've said it a million times. We don't even know how to get to the bottom of our own ocean on Earth. Only 2 point something percent has really been explored. That's on Earth. And so I say everything we know mounts up to scientists knowing literally nothing about the universe. And I said it in my recent movie review of Mission to what was it called? Moonfall. When I did that review, Halle Berry basically echoed what I said, because in that movie, and this is a bit of a spoiler alert, it was an AI technology that had came alive and it was attacking the moon. And when Halle Berry and the rest of NASA saw the picture of that AI monster, they said, man, this lets us know that we really don't know a damn thing about the universe. And that's exactly the point that I've been getting at. We know a few things, but we know nothing. We know nothing. So when they try to explain things away like that, I don't give it much weight. Just like I said about UFOs and even about that supernatural event that happened with Brittany Venti the other day. I said the human eye, it's always going to be somebody just going to try to explain those things away because they're not going to want to believe what they see with their own eyes. As I've said before, a literal alien could land in my backyard. I could take a video with my cell phone. It doesn't matter how good that video looks. I'm going to be accused of it being doctored up and it being fake. Nobody's going to believe you. Nobody. Emma Dante says, like Littlefoot's mom said, some things you see with your eyes, others you see with your heart. Ooh, I love the way you said that, Dante. Soul may be passed, Tree Goblin says, souls may be passed through many life beings that came and go, any species. I don't quite understand what he was saying on that, but I know I was raised Christian and things of that nature, as far as religious beliefs. But as far as God is concerned, like I say, I believe he's so much bigger than I've ever been taught. And I had this vision one time that I've explained to you guys about, where this angel was telling me, actually, before I go to the final form that I'm talking about, the spiritual form, where's your soul just living for millennia upon millennia into eternity. The angel did tell me it was going to be a total of 7 different planes that were physical. That's what he told me. Now, this has nothing to do with what I was taught in church or anything. This was just a vision that I had. So I'm not trying to push this belief off on anybody. I just always go back to that dream and think about it. Like, man, I just always think about the concept of what he told me. He just told me, hey, man, you're going to remember your experiences from Earth, but you're going to have 6 more planets to go to. And you're going to keep remembering every place you go to. He said, by the time you get to that 7th planet, that's when you're going to go to the final place of just the spirit, spirit world with God. And I almost instantly woke up after that. And I always think back to that dream like, man, that was crazy. I've never been taught that. Later on, I found out that was actually taught in another religion. I think the Hindu religion or somewhere. As far as 7 different planes. But when I heard that, I was just tripping when I woke up like, man, that's crazy. And I started thinking about the planets. And I started thinking about, man, it's billions and billions of planets according to our science in this one galaxy. And according to our science, with the pictures they've taken, it's billions and billions of galaxies. So if it's billions of, and I did a show about this, but if it's billions and billions of galaxies, and it's billions and billions of planets in these galaxies, it started coming to me like, man, that's another reason God has all these planets out here. So when our bodies leave Earth, maybe we are reappearing on a random 6 planets. We don't know which planets they might be, and we don't know what life form we might actually be in. But we have 6 more journeys after this journey, which would add up to the holy number 7 before we went to heaven. And then I started thinking to myself, man, with all these planets out here, does that mean that we'll all get dispersed, to different planets, not knowing which ones we might end up with, end up on? It's not just the same 6 planets. And that would explain the endless nature of the universe. And me and my brother was talking about it one day. He was like, man, because I was like, man, I always want to remember my brother, my family, my mother and them, when I leave Earth. And I'm like, it's some part I think even in Christianity or whatever, where they try to say you're not going to remember um, people on Earth, and I'm like, no, you can't sell that that to me because I've talked to God, and through our conversations, I'm like, you know what? It's some things that just aren't written down. That's the truth. It's some things you do have to talk to God about. And when I was talking to God, He was almost explaining it to me where your heaven can be as big as you imagine it to be. He really sort of explained that to me one time to a certain degree. So I was thinking like, no, I can remember my mother and my brother when I go on. But me and my brother was talking about, he was like, man, if your concept is right, he said, I hope that me and you end up on the same planet, as we go through these uh, other 6 planets before we go to the, see God for the final time. And I was agreeing with him. I'm like, man, I don't know, because I still don't know what God has planned for us once we leave this particular world. I just know it's something bigger than we can conceive. But as far as that particular message that I got, I said, brother, I hope you're right too, because I definitely want to be with you and mom on some other worlds, uh, and we've also talked about how, man, we actually don't want to be, separated too far as leaving this earth, as far as actually going on to the next realm, because as I was saying earlier, it's easy to get caught up into living everyday life. But if you just think back, how many people in your family or people or even celebrities that you've heard of have died over just the last 5 years? But you sort of don't think about it because you have to go to work or you have to do whatever you're doing. But if you think back, think about how many people you don't think about every day that are gone. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? They're somewhere. And it's worth thinking about only for this reason. They are me and you. They are me and you. One day we are going to be them. We are going to be, where are they? We are going to be, where did they go to? I was riding my bike on home. I'm coming to the chat, but I was riding my bike home from the store the other day, and man, I had an alert go off on my phone, which I hate these alerts where they basically got every human on earth tracked by their cell phones. I hate it. But I thought it was an Amber Alert. So I reached down to get my phone. And when I looked at my phone, I saw an officer had been shot. An officer was down. And all I was thinking was, man, God bless him right now. But I'm riding my bike on the way home. I only brought that up to say that's just how this world works, how quick it is the fact that if I didn't get that alert, of course I would have known he was shot. Well, I was just riding home, living in my space and time while somebody was being shot simultaneously. And I found out today, I seen an article today that he actually died. That guy died. He joined the force October 2021. So he hadn't even been on the force a year. That was his life's dream, to be on the force. He accomplished his life dream. God bless him. Uh, but I only brought that up to say, man, time it goes by just that quickly. You're out grocery shopping and somebody else is getting gunned down right at the same time. Man, right at the same time. That's why we got to appreciate every second in this dream world. This the dream world. Hey, I got to take a quick break and I'm coming right back. Right back. I can't lie, guys. Um, I know this is a deep conversation, and that's why I said, you know what? I'm not going to really be able to talk about everything I want to as far as uh, Brittany Venti about the scent competition, everything. I'm not. That's why I said I'm going to split it up today. I'm gonna have a little fun with you guys today because I see Choke out here. I definitely wouldn't mind inviting Choke out of here on his next stream where I'm gonna be talking about. So if Choke out, if you're around, come back in here, man, for this next stream. Because I might want you in here to talk about the the scent competition with me. That'd be cool. Because like I say, I just want to definitely talk about this subject. I got a few more things to talk about, and then I'll probably check out for an intermission and come back, and I'm gonna do a standalone Venti report, man. And once again, just before I come back to the stream, a lot of guys. Let me explain this thing about the Venti report. Saturdays is the day, like I told you guys. It's really, you can talk about the dog topic. I don't mind. But it's just about us having fun, talking about things like we're talking about now, science, shows, just human women, all type of stuff. This is just my day to talk about anything. But I want to break something down about the Venti report because people sort of keep getting a misunderstanding. Because I do talk about Brittany Venti, and she is a beautiful girl, people think that I have a crush on her because of that. No, that's not why I talk about her, because she's beautiful. I talk about her because she is super duper interesting. And the best thing about Brittany Venti is she gives you so many things to talk about. And I'm going to tell you something. What I really love about her, and I'm going to be done with her for a second, is just examining her will give you an insight on so many different types of women and just the woman's psyche in general. Now, she doesn't represent every woman, but it's a piece of her that represents every woman. And that's why I'm so intrigued with her. And if you're a guy that doesn't like know a whole bunch about women, I'm telling you, if you start checking out some of these Venti reports and looking at how she moves and acts, you will learn a whole hell of a lot. And that's why I really love doing the Venti report, because one guy popped in one time. He was like, man, I'm about tired of this damn Venti report. I want to hear about dogs or whatever. And look, I'm a dog guy. I'm for the dogs. I'm living the dog life. But guys, remember something. I'm a guy who's had the experience with the human women. And man, if you want to be a well-rounded dog owner in the dog life, you need to know about the woman's psyche, about the human woman's psyche. And also, you may be the type of dog owner that still wants to be out here actively dating. So guess what? You need to be continuously searching the woman's psyche. Because the thing about the woman's psyche is, it's just like life. You never know it all. You always got to be willing to learn more and more and more and more. That's the game. You got to always, even me, I might not be dating women now, but you think I'm not still sharpening my tools, still learning more and more and more about how to communicate with human women, about their actions, their movements, what they like, what they don't like? No, because you're still going to have to deal with human women in this world, whether you're dating them or not. And it never hurts to know how they think or have a better idea of how they think. Let's see. Okay. Let me catch up, guys. Blue CCG says, I'm 25. I feel like high school, elementary is a distant memory. I personally feel like time goes real slow for me. And that's the thing. Choose not to think that, Blue CCG. It's not a distant memory if you think about it. Once again, you say you're 25. Think about what I just said. You're only getting caught up into the human explanation for age. See, in your mind, you're thinking, I'm 5 years away, I'm almost 30, I'm almost old. Now think about it like this. Bro, you've been $25 worth of, you're $25 right now. You ain't got no money in your pocket, bro. You got $25. You just got here, bro. Think real hard. You can remember back to elementary. It was 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago. See, time's real moves slow until it moves fast. You say you're 25. I guarantee you, yesterday you was playing in the mud with one of your friends. I guarantee you, Blue CCG. Think hard about it. Lord Nemesis is laughing. Evan Dante says, hey, my friends. Tree Goblin says, girls with bleaching vaginas hate J-Dot. Bleaching! Bleaching vaginas. We are great apes. That's what Tree Goblin says. Blue CCG says, I agree. We are very close to other animals. And yeah, I believe they do all have souls. Yeah, I do too. But once again, I understand those who don't. That's fine. It's just what I believe. Wolfo says, blame Cecil. He doesn't know how to watch a video. Lieutenant says, animals definitely have souls. All right, okay. Blue CCG says, let me put that up here. He said, my question is, my question is happiness or anger really felt in your soul, or is it just the chemicals in your brain? The thing about it is, Blue CCG, let me ask you this. I mean, not ask you this. I just answer you in my best opinion. Your brain doesn't control your soul. Your soul controls your brain. That's how I view it. I put it to you like this. I did a video. I think it was called, man, what was it called? It was a Reset Sunday. And I told the story of me drowning, of me being underwater one time, but still breathing. I was underwater, but I was still breathing. And when I supposedly got rescued, I told the story of me breathing, sitting on the bottom. Oh, that's what it was called. It was a Reset Sunday called Bottom of the Pool, where I told a story about me having an out-of-body experience. Well, I was breathing underwater and I got saved. But once I got rescued, my brother said that actually my back was right up under the top of the water and I was face down. So what was funny was, what had happened was my spirit wasn't in my body anymore. It was sitting on the bottom of the pool. And I was breathing and doing everything just like normal, even though my body was somewhere else. My brother, I'm not going to tell you his story, but he had a similar experience where his body, he had some trauma happen to him. And he told of a story where his spirit was out of his body. But he was breathing and everything normal. I guess what I'm saying is, your spirit can exist without your body, but your body can't exist without your spirit. So everything that you're seeing now, it can exist without your body. But that brain that you're talking about, it doesn't exist without your spirit. Let me also put it to you like this, Blue CCG. I don't know what type of traumatizing events you've had in your life, but let's just say you've had somebody break up with you or hurt your feelings in any type of way. Where do you feel that pain at? Do you feel it in your brain or do you feel it somewhere in your gut? I'm pretty sure you feel it somewhere in your gut. But the problem with feeling it somewhere in your gut is you didn't just eat anything that made your stomach hurt. And it's really not your stomach that's hurting if you really think about it. It's just something on the inside of you. Am I right? If you answer yes to that, that's something that you feel on the inside of you, that's your soul. That's not a chemical. That's something that's not your flesh, in my opinion. So I hope I answered you right. I hope I gave you a good answer on that. If not, ask me for more clarity. I try to break it down some more. All Dogs Go to Heaven was a great movie, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I passed that. I don't know how I missed that from my guy Blue CCG earlier, though. Because, see, I'm way back. Because, see, Blue CCG asked me something later down here, but I'm glad I went back and saw that, though. Okay, Grimson says, you know what blows my mind? The universe has to be teeming with life, but God came down here as a man. Oh, the thing about it is, I always laugh about that story, Grimson, about Jesus coming to earth, because in our little bitty minds, it makes me laugh every time. When humans be like, but Jesus came to here. So guess what? If he came to here, what does that mean for life everywhere else? It can't be life everywhere else because he came here. Once again, such limited human thinking. Well, if he came to earth, he couldn't have came anywhere else. Let me explain something to you guys. And I ain't talking about you. I'm just speaking in general here, not to anybody in particular. God's plan for earth doesn't have to be his plan for every other planet. He didn't have to even create the same scenario in every other planet. He didn't even have to make it to where he would have had to come down here in every other planet. He could have created all different type of scenarios. It's just the human mind that, once again, tries to project everything as being the same. Well, if Jesus came to earth, how could he go to anywhere else? For one, God might have created an environment where he didn't even have to go down there. For two, he could have had different spiritual beings representing him visit these certain civilizations on their planet. They can know Jesus by a whole nother name, but on that planet, it was their Jesus. That's why I say, man, it's so many countless possibilities. But people love boxing God into the human idea of what should be happening in the universe. And so when we think about Jesus coming down to earth and things of that nature, we also think about, well, what about the rest of the... No, they don't have to live by our rules. He didn't have to make them live by our rules. And so I'm just challenging everybody. You got to think bigger about God. What he made for us doesn't have to be what he made for every other civilization that he created. And that's another thing, how people say some of these civilizations that are even more advanced technologically, we don't know if they started out more. Look, we don't know where he started them at. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what he's done, because I know this. If I am God, I probably didn't start everybody off doing the same damn thing. You know? So, man, it's no telling what he's doing out here. Edmund says, can't have a scientific date. Life is about relationships with our neighbor and God. I agree with that. It's definitely about relationship with God. He said, Tree Goblin said, never believe experts who say they have all the answers, question everything. Right. And I just want to say something about what Tree Goblin said. I appreciate science. I'm glad that they're looking for answers, that they say, hey, we're this many miles away from the sun. Or I appreciate any data that people collect, but I'm not naive to say that's all the data, or we're 100% right, or we know it all, or think. I'm not gonna fall for that trick. I'm gonna show you guys something in a second that's gonna play into something Tree Goblin said. Lord Nemesis says NASA uses CGI. Oh, I definitely know that. Blue CCG says, interesting. Okay. Edmund Dante says you should have Blair White on the show. Man, I would talk to Blair White. I think she a trip to me. Like I said, after y'all showed me to her, I actually have seen a few of her shows. She actually a damn trip. But the thing about Blair White, She got 1 million subscribers. She actually has achieved a major milestone. So I don't think Black White would even if I invited her, I don't want to say that. No, I ain't gonna talk negative. I ain't gonna talk negative. I wouldn't mind having her on the show one day though. I just say that. I talk to her. Johnny K says, "Oh man, Littlefoot, that takes me back. I love The Land Before Time." Sheila, aliens would believe you about an alien landing. Yep, she be one of the few people that would believe me. I say that. Lieutenant says, "I'm going to see if the new champ Mandy Summers wants to come on the show for her victory speech." You know what, Mandy? That's what I love about Mandy. She's the type that would come. I believe I just haven't asked her. She's on vacation and things of that nature. And Lord have mercy. I just say this. That girl has been showing out on vacation. I'm just going to give her credit. She made me so proud that I chose her, And I can't wait to the victory report a little later because I'm probably going to go into the contest a little bit more. But Edmund Dante says, "I want to go to Asgard with women." I feel you on that. Edmund says, "When Jesus comes again, he will correct all the things we getting wrong from the Bible." This is the same way he spoke to the Pharisees. Hey, my thing about God is I always pray this. I always say this. And this is what I love about God. It's all about how you view him. Don't be viewing him as somebody who coming to whoop you over the head because you was guessing wrong about something. I talk to God very intimately. And I've always said this. I heard this once again, man. I don't want to sway anybody. You have to get a relationship with God on your own. But Christianity, it was a basis for me developing a relationship with God. But after I developed my relationship, I talked to him on my own. And I know one thing, man. My mind often thinks about a lot of things that are even bigger than what I was taught in Christianity. They were just a little bit bigger ideas than that. And I always talk to God about it. And I'm like, you know what? God gave me the brain to even think, to even wonder about possibilities. So he's not mad at me for imagining, what might have went on back in time. He's not mad at me because I know in some circles I've been told that you shouldn't even think about what happened. I said, nah, but when I talked to God, he told me it was okay to think about it. But what I did have a conversation about with God is I said, God, I don't ever want to lead anybody the wrong way. So that's why I tell people, hey, get in your own, get in your own relationship with God, and you get to asking him your answers. He'll reveal them to you. But I say this, man, I said, Lord, even if I'm getting something wrong here, I'm sorry. Forgive me and correct me when you get here. And I always get the feeling from him is, don't worry. It's okay to imagine what happened in the past. It's okay to imagine what might happen in heaven. I always get the message from him of, don't worry. If you get anything wrong, I'll let you know. But you're not in trouble. I'm just going to correct you. That's it. It's none of this you're going to feel hell and brimstone because you guessed wrong about something. Val says, my friend, dog. Okay, what up, Val? Val said, did you see Sheila on Camel Moon last night? Nope. I haven't started my investigation on my next competition. I got information on several women, but I'm not sure the lineup because, man, I'm scared of this next competition. Because, man, it's going to be fine girl after fine girl. I'm talking about, put it like this. I'm going to be hurting at whoever loses these next couple of competitions because I was like, damn. Although I thought everybody's been attractive in these competitions, I'm talking about I'm getting to the realm where it's going to be like all 4 ladies are going to be like, damn, she's fine, she's fine, she's fine. So I'm just like, oh my God. It's going to be tough. It's going to be like, it's going to be some fine women losing. So right now, I'm sort of decompressing. I don't even know if Sheila's even going to be in this next competition. I'm thinking she may, but I'm not sure. Let me catch up with you guys right quick. Oh, Val said, did I see Camel Moon last night? No, I didn't see Sheila on Camel Moon. Val says, my life's dream is to meet Cecil. God bless you. But Lord, and I think Cecil, he had me laughing last night, but hell no, that ain't my life's dream. Hell no. Hey, Val, I'm gonna tell you to refocus. Hey, as much as you might love Cecil, you gotta have a bigger dream than that, even though I know you bull crap. Lord, the nemesis is laughing though. Lieutenant Johnny says, I got Brittany angry at the other night on her stream. What you get Brittany mad about? Let me tell you something. I'm so frustrated at Brittany because, man, I don't know how she keeps making me laugh. I'm going to tell you this. I think it was my good friend Withering Liberal. He said something about making her one of my dolls' names. I'm like, no, I don't love her to that extent. You know, I don't want to down her either, but like I keep saying, she's not my ultimate type physically, you know, even though she's a beautiful woman. But man, I promise you, what I hate about Brittany is, aside from like liking her romantically, I be wanting to hate her sometimes, but man, she makes you love her on other times, just with the crazy crap that she says. I be like, damn, Venti makes me laugh, man. I'm sorry. Just as some y'all gonna see on the Venti report and some of the crap she was saying. I found out some information though. I'm like, man, if what I put it like this, if what I find out is true about Venti on some of these things that I'm gonna tell y'all about, I can believe it though. It's gonna be unreal. That damn Venti. Either way. He said all I did was say that Tim Pool was being swatted again. I don't even know what that means. I don't know Tim Pool and I don't know what him being swatted again means. Val says she got angry at that. That woman is unstable. Lord Nemesis says $25. Yeah, man, Blue CCG ain't but $25 years old. He ain't got no age on him, man. I'm talking about that he can't remember elementary. Lieutenant Johnny says, I think it was on the same night as the Vagina Scent competition. Really? I don't remember her streaming doing that. Oh, yeah, she was streaming, I think. She was streaming. Lieutenant Johnny says, maybe Jesus came here because it was our time to have him here. Right. I believe that. How do you know he don't visit other planets and universes too? Like I say, it could be him or it could be another one of God's sons. This is God. He doesn't have to use the same son. You know? And like I said, he didn't have. I know for us, Jesus is, he's the person we identify with on earth. But God can have other sons. He can have other people that he used for different missions, for different planets. Although God can be everywhere, although Jesus can be multiple places, like I say, we can't limit the power of God and how he chooses to use his power. Man, I love Lord Nemesis said, I like that he put that up there. I like that. A Jesus for every planet. That's what I said. It's possible. And Johnny K said, Space Jesus. Grimlich said, Brittany does the same thing to me. I'm trying to, who is Tim Pool? Lieutenant Johnny says, every planet might have its own Jesus. Exactly. And I want to hear from Blue CCG again, too. I told you ain't but $25. Hey, guys. Let me see if I sort of missed something I was talking about that I want to touch on right quick. I already talked about the real realities when you wake up, when you leave this place. I talked about how your bills and stuff don't really mean anything in the big scheme of things. Nobody's going to remember how much you owed on your bills. They're going to remember whose life you took. And then, like I said, even the celebrities, I be tripping off of that, man. Like, man, even celebrities, virtually they are forgotten until somebody brings up their birthday, or if they're a musician, if you're playing their music on air or you're playing their music at home or somebody's playing it at the arena, then you think of them. Because it hit me the other day when they were playing DMX at a fight. I think it was a fight I was looking at the other night. uh they were playing DMX, and I was just thinking like, dang, I forgot DMX just died recently. And it was significant because I was like, the only reason that I thought about DMX right now is because he left a piece of him behind in his talent. He left some of his rapping behind. Now, all of us can't be rappers, and depending on what we leave behind, maybe everybody in the world won't remember us. But like in some of your actions, somebody will remember you. They'll be like, "Dang, Blue CCG, you remember him, man? He was a cool guy. He told me that I can make it 10 years ago." And I always remember that about him. See, you'll live on in people's memories like that. Maybe not through music, like DMX or Michael Jackson. And that's when it was just really hitting me that, man, that's why this place is really a dream world. It's about chasing your dreams, trying to be as happy as you can. And by the time you leave, something in your soul was left behind to affect other people in a positive way. That's really what this world is truly about, because in a lot of ways, we're all forgotten, in a lot of ways. It's all about leaving an essence behind in this dream world. And the thing is, that's why I say you don't got time to even play around and give your days away to sadness. Because, like I say, you can live 0 to 100 measly years, which ain't nothing, $100 worth of years. But we all know that all of us aren't promised to live $100 worth of years. A lot of us may live 10 years, people getting shot at being kids. Some people may live 20 years and get shot in that time. I'm just saying shot, for instance, where anything can happen. Accidents, murders, bad, health, anything could happen to you to take you out before your 80 to 100 years. And so that's why it's even more of a dream world. Because you're sitting up here saying, well, man, I ain't going to live to be 80. Yeah, but you don't live to be 15. So you got to live and leave your essence behind while you're here. Okay. Let me make sure. And so I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty much I'm expand a little bit more, but pretty much the whole gist of this whole stream has been put out there. I also say this, man, I make my little rap songs and things of that nature. And even before he died, one of the guys I used to really look up to was Young Dog. Man, he really put down for the city of Memphis. Because I remember when he was coming up and everything. I've never claimed to be a rapper, even though I had the dream in my heart as a young kid, and I never followed through on it. I had a dream to write a song, and I never did it. And that's why I have so much fun with it today, because I was like, man, it's crazy. I never knew what I could have been back then, because I never acted on that dream. But I always say you can't live in the past. So since I had my girls, I like to have fun with it. But I think about Dolph and things of that nature, and how he when he first came up in the music game, I was looking at him, and what really had me admiring him was the fact that he was doing it on his own without the backing of a major corporation. And I saw him get better and better, and he became a world. People knew him worldwide before he actually died. Made a lot of good music and things of that nature. But I was even just thinking about him, man, he died in November. And as much as I admired Dolph, I've thought about him a lot, several times since he died. But I don't think about him every day. And then I just think about people in general. How many times do people in general think about him? I'm just talking about in the city and stuff. And then you even think about his family, even though they mourn his loss. They can't think about him every second. So with all that said, in the little time that he's been gone, he's just becoming, just like I said, forgotten. The only thing that's really left behind is his music and, people who remembered how he lived. And as time goes on, it becomes fainter and fainter. only with the people that really knew you. But in time, the people that really knew you are going to be gone. And that's when really the only thing that's going to be left behind is, once again, the essence of how you treated somebody. Because even the people that aren't here anymore, maybe they're acting kind or treating people good because you treated somebody good in their family long ago. And that trait got passed on into on down their family line. So you're affecting somebody, but in effect, you're not in existence or in memory anymore, because you were just a dream in this dream world. So with all that said, I'm gonna come back to y'all guys, and honestly, we're gonna get ready to think about closing this first stream down, and I'm going to get ready and prepare in an hour or two to start up with the Venti report, because that I definitely want to get into that, because it's a UFC fight I want to see later on tonight. 3 big fights. Valentina Shevchenko fighting somebody. Then you got, Glover Teixeira. He fighting a big dude. I forgot his name, but they say he's going to lose that fight, but I'm going for Glover Teixeira. And then it's another fight. I forgot. Oh, something. It's this girl named Chang. I forgot her first name. Wei Chang, I believe. But it's a triple header in the UFC, and I definitely want to see that tonight, boy. So I want to get that Venti stream going before that happens, because I have to talk about Venti today. I have to talk about her today. Venti, I don't know what she was mad about this guy called who y'all talking about, Tim Pool. I don't know why she's mad about. Oh, he said Tim is a YouTuber. Tim Pool Tim, that sounds like a dude. Why would I add him? Nah, I ain't gonna add Tim. Lieutenant Johnny says, imagine what his hat smells like. Nah, I'm gonna leave Tim out of it. Lieutenant says, RP DMX. What up, Jay? Same, mate. What up, Same? Good to see you. Probably finna get out of here in a second, Same. But I say this, maybe Tim Pool is that guy that I saw Kristen Mayer talking about the other day, because some of the FBI police came to their studio and everybody was outside of the studio. I seen her reporting on somebody, but I thought that was Rakita Law. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know any of these guys, but I thought that was the Rakita Law guy. I'm not sure who it was. Grimmington says, I'm surprised Venti never tried out for the UFC. Venti! Lord Nemesis says, I was just playing. I already know Nemesis. I already know. Somebody else was messing with me about, they said, I think I'd put Cecil, John, and somebody else in a mangina competition. I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't, look, I don't even want to deal with that. Y'all could probably get old Camelot to pull that. But either way, I do want to say, guys, the whole point of this stream was, man, I hope you guys will check out that music I left in the description of this video, because it's something when you get quiet, maybe it'll hit you like it hit me. It's called Chill Step. Man, if you do your little drinking or whatever you do, or your little herbal supplements, whatever you might do, and you get quiet, it might be some music that can really touch your soul and start singing to your mind and make you start thinking about, life in a bigger way. Because honestly, it just got me not only want to chase my dreams even more, but just once again live happy even more. Because, man, once again, this time isn't promised. Hey, you'll look up, like I told Blue CCG, 5 years will be gone, 10 years will be gone. And believe me, I understand what he means by time moves slow. But that's the thing about time. It moves slow until it moves fast. I'm going to put it to you like this. For me, it seems like just yesterday when I was talking about the new things that I was going to do for this show. And that was at the beginning of the year. That was like January 31st when I was talking about coming into the new year and stuff. Look, man, this year's almost done already. It's like I looked up and damn, it's summertime. Even though the days have been going, feeling sort of slow, well, we looked up and now it's summertime already. And so that's what I mean. You'll look up and time will jump on you, man. It will jump on you. So I did this whole stream to say, Blue CCG, I don't want you to, and I'm telling you and everybody, don't get caught up into thinking time is slow. You don't got much time, you know? And I ain't saying that in a negative way. I'm saying you don't got time to waste, basically. You ain't got time to be feeling sad. You ain't got time to be worried about how quick life is going to go. Only thing you got time to do is enjoy life, chase your dreams, treat people good. Because this life, even when it's a long life to us, I've said before, it's only a blink of an eye. This is the dream world. Not when we go to sleep. This is the dream world. This is the life that's not going to be around for a whole long time. You better buy something you like. You better do something you're scared to do. If you want a human woman that you're scared to talk to, you better go get turned down because she might accept you. You better get it out the way. Hey, look, you don't got time to play around. This is a dream world. At best, you might have $80 worth of life. 80 summers. You might get that. If you're a woman, you may get about 90. If you're a man, we can look forward to 70 to 75 if nothing else goes wrong. So live in this dream world as we get prepared for reality on the other side. So that was my biggest message for today. And I really want y'all, nothing else, I do want y'all to listen to that chill step I put in the description of the video just so you can start to sort of see where my mind was going, you know? I want to see how it makes you feel. Lord Nemesis says, Nikki Rackets. Grimson says, yep, I agree with that. Who is Nikki Rackets? Before I go, is Nikki Rackets a real girl? Because, man, I already got me a couple of more girls added to the contest, man. I can't lie. And it's got me so frustrated, Lord Nemesis, because I'm like, man, it's a couple of these girls that I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to want to eliminate. I'm serious. I'm really going to be grasping at straws because no offense to Anna's group and God bless Mandy's group, but I will say this, they better be glad they weren't in these groups here. Cause man, it's just gonna be some fine human ladies. Ain't that right, Callie? And I love this girl. I wanna tell y'all about Callie before I go. Callie has been having this blue shirt dress on with me. And I've been having my Mr. Rogers hood on as well. And I'm gonna tell you why, man. Thank God these girls don't get musty or anything. I've sort of hinted at it before. Man, it's just some outfits I get her in where she just looks perfect to me, you know. And I don't be wanting to change her anytime. So she just looks like I want her to look right now. It's just something about it. And so I don't have a million clothes for the girls. I don't. You know, I do have some clothes I can change them into, but it's once again, it's not even all about that. Sometimes when I get them into something I just like seeing them in, I just don't want to move them for a second. And now, once again, it's almost time for bath time. So I'm thinking that tomorrow, Saima's going to do the Reset Sunday with me because she's been in the bed for about 4 days with me. She's been my bed girl, and Kat have been doing a lot of the work. So I'm thinking I'm going to get Saima up. She might do a couple of shows. She's going to take her bath and disappear. And for all of you who love Asana, you'll be seeing her make an appearance. But I'm going to let you know, guys, I don't know if you've been getting sick of Callie or not, but I'm sorry. It's just what she does. You know, for all the human woman talk I do, I want to reiterate to you, I'm so happy in the doll game. I'm happy with the life. And this woman just has a hold on me. Whenever that's why I say, even when I get my more expensive dollars, I can't wait to see what's going to happen when I get, different brands of dollars. Even I just want to see what the dynamics is going to happen, because no matter who I get out, Callie has a damn hold on me to where it's hard to put her even to the side sometimes. So work with me. I try to show you guys my different girls, but man, this damn girl be putting a number on my ass. I'm sorry. But let me see. Johnny says, how would Thana hold up to the future contestants? Johnny K says, I love Callie's son. I got to say this about Thana. Once again, I might go into her some more during the Venture Report, but she just makes me so proud. And now Mandy is. But Mandy makes me, I say this about Thana. She would have problems in these next couple of brackets. I'm sorry. Because these girls is finna be fun. Lord have mercy. I'm just like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, look, they even got me amped up, and I'm in the dog game, and I'm like, damn, these human women, oh Lord Jesus, they fine. But she would have some problems. But here's the thing about Thana. She's Thana. That's the thing. Even with her faults, she is Thana. She holds all the infinity rings. And even with these fine girls, with the light research I've done, everybody doesn't have the infinity rings that Thana has. So she always tries to even things out. So even when some woman beats her out, because I already see an area that somebody's going to beat her in. I was like, ooh, I said, ooh, Anna, you're going to lose that. But she still has other things that can even the fight out. So when I was looking at her doing the Jack show, I said, you know what? She still was the perfect first champion. Nobody can have those little smirk looks on their faces like Anna. She makes me laugh so hard. I can't lie. She's such a smug champion. She hides it under her expressions, but she just makes me laugh so hard with that stuff. It's just unbelievable. So just to let you know, Thana ain't finna just get smoked. But I'm gonna tell you, by the time this is what's gonna happen, guys. I plan on having 2 more grand champions to go against Thana and Mandy. But here's the deal. It may be 2 more brackets where I might have to have 2 losers brackets. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about having 2 losers brackets. So, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's something in my soul telling me that Venti needs another chance. It's something in my soul telling me the BX Bullet needs another chance. And it's funny that those are the 2 girls that sort of go against each other, but I'm talking about as far as in real life. But those are the 2 girls that's really screaming out to me. Chrissy, she actually, I believe, wants another chance, and I'm thinking to give her another chance. So just know that it may be a loser's bracket. Val says Venti isn't that funny. No, Val. It isn't that Venti tells jokes. See, that's not what's funny about Venti. It's what she does. It's what she says. She says stuff that's not a joke, but it's just the fact of what she's saying that makes it funny. That's what I mean, Val. It's not that she's telling jokes. It's that what she does is inherently funny to me from an evaluation standpoint. Oh, Anna will always be the original Sin competition champion. And I'm going to be honest with you. I love me some Thana, man. I love me some Thana. Johnny says Venti versus Chrissy. Man, this is going to be amazing because Venti and Chrissy are actually pretty cool friends. And I don't know how the brackets are going to work out. But you know what? Val, it's funny that you mentioned the burping and belching from Venti, because I keep on thinking, like, isn't she going to automatically? But then I started thinking about some things. I said, oh, my God. Venti is actually going to have a damn well chance to win now. Oh my God, this is going to be crazy. So it's a lot to look forward to. If you haven't hit the like button, I would really like you to hit the like. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, me and Callie would really love you to hit subscribe. It's been a great show, guys. We've delved into the depths of reality, really. You know, this, in my opinion, can be viewed as we're right now in the dream world. This moment we're sharing together. This moment where we can choose our next choice. You know, we can try to choose what we want to do in this life. This is our dream world. But the next world, no, the spirit world, the world that we're going to be in for the longest time, that's the real world. So go after your dreams. Be happy. Be nice to somebody. Leave your mark. Love your fellow man while you're here. Leave that trace of your spirit behind, to where even if your name slips through the cracks of time, the goodness of your soul can reverberate through time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Val says, I have an idea. Scent competition. Cecil versus Matt. Nah, like I said, that ain't my thing, Val. I'm going to let somebody else do that one. If Anna sends them, others properly would. Oh, he talking about panties. Because I didn't see that. Anna's on the edge of sending panties to you, in my opinion. She smirks very. I can't lie. I just say this. Anna knows she loves Jay Han Solo. Don't worry, Anna. I guess what? I got love for you too, Mrs. What she call herself? Oh yeah, she the Leia. She the Leia. But now, Anna, I got some things I'm gonna talk about on the Venture Report, man. That just gonna make y'all laugh, though. It's gonna make y'all laugh. It's Turkish oil. Lieutenant says they still have the Turkish oil wrestler. Oh, that'd be great if we can get the girls to do a Turkish oil wrestler. Even Callie will be behind them with you, Callie. Oh yeah, girl. So listen, me and Callie are gonna take a break. We thank you guys for checking in. We love you. We appreciate you. Like I say, hit like, subscribe if you haven't. Man, we're going to try to get this Venture Report show set up. It should be a doozy. And that's where we're going to talk about the scent competition in a lot more detail. I'm going to talk to you guys about what I found out about the good old Chris and Mayor and everything that happened on the Jack show. So I appreciate you guys for checking in. And we're definitely going to be back before these fights start up tonight. Oh, yeah. Val says leave that competition for 7 and 9 and just he crazy. He crazy, man. Catch you later. Hey, I hope y'all check up with me, man. Yeah, hey, he said he can't wait for the Venture Report. I hope y'all come back for the Venture Report, man, because there's a lot to break down about Venti and what she been doing lately and just a few things going on, especially the scent competition. So, with all that said, it's been your boy, J. King Hefner, and the beautiful Callie Son. But as of right now, we are out.